So today is Sunday, May 7th. Yesterday we was open. We had a fairly decent day. It wasn't our best by no means, but it wasn't terrible. I worked a little bit here in the winter chicken run. I got a lot of the straw cleaned up. Excuse me. A lot of the straws cleaned up. And I mulched potatoes with the straw that I got out of here. Moved the chickens yesterday morning, which I got a video of that. You would have saw it already if you watched it. If not, I'll add a link below for that one. So today I'm going to finish mulching the potatoes. I didn't get that done. And we moved our other little chicks outside, and I cleaned their brooder out this morning. And cleaned their brooder out this morning, and it got a lot of them. I used that as mulch for the potatoes as well. So all that being said, I got a fair bit back here. I got most of this cleaned up. Ouch. All that straw that was laying there was gone back to there, and it's pretty much back here now. It's pretty much compost. It's not broken down really good yet, but it's good enough for mulch. So those chickens, made an awful lot of compost for us every winter. They made a pile of compost for us over the winter months. Plus the mountain that's right there. That's probably 2 yards there just in itself. Plus whatever, there's probably 2 yards laying here, and I probably took 10 wheelbarrow loads down yesterday and mulched the potatoes with. Maybe not, yeah, probably close to 10. So I'm down here at the potato patch. I'm gonna spin you around and show you what I did. So this here is just from the brooder. It went out there. It almost mulched the whole bed, but it's not on there real thick, but I don't want to put it on there real thick either. I started to mulch the other row in this same bed with grass clippings from the other night, but I stopped. And then these two beds, that bed and this bed, I got them mulched with stuff from the chicken yard, with the same stuff I got in the wheelbarrow. Of course, it's not broke down near as much as this is. Some of it is towards the end. It was getting broke down like that, but it wasn't. All of it wasn't. But either way, it's going to make decent mulch, whether it's broke down or not. All right, so that chore's done. Got it all mulched. And I have two bales of straw down there, one of each end of these two bottom rows. That'll be for later on whenever they start coming up. This layer I just put on is pretty thin. I put a thin layer on for two reasons. One, this isn't decomposed real good. Then two, the potatoes aren't up. Sorry, I hold that camera down too low. So I want to, when they come up, I'll mulch them with the straw. Then that's the straw here. It's behind me. Them two bales. And what I don't get, I will use grass clippings or whatever. Doesn't matter to me, just as long as it's organic matter. These beds, if you remember right, when I made the potato plot, I left it wide enough I can mow in between with the push mower. So when I mow, I'll just let it blow on the potatoes when I mow. So it's not that big a deal either. It'll like self mulch whenever I mow the walkways. So I'm up here at the sunchoke bed. And the chickens use this for their dust bath over the winter. As you can see, I got it dug down pretty good. So I'm going to fill it back up and plant sunchokes. So I pretty much filled it in. I mean, I didn't excuse me, I didn't fill it in all the way, but I'm gonna just take my digging fork and put the tripod. take the digging fork and loosen up the soil a little bit, and level it out with a rake, and go from there. So now just do the same way I do everything else, just stick it in a little bit. You can use a broad fork if you wanted to. I personally prefer to use just a regular fork. That took just a couple seconds. It didn't take long to do that, especially in a bed that's as loose as what this one already is. I'm going to get a rake and clean it up. So we store the sunchokes in a pot like this in our building over the winter. Normally I plant in the fall for what I want to plant out. This fall I didn't because I knew we was going to put the chickens in this area. And I thought we cleaned all of these out, but there's a bunch still growing in here that started. And these have started growing, as you can see in there. And I pulled one of them out. So this, we'll just bury it about so deep in the soil. My lovely assistant just went up and grabbed some working tools. So if she holds the camera, I'll show you how I'm going to plant these. I'm just going to take this shovel, this little hand spade, and just shove it down in the ground. Try to get the roots in and just cover it over. I'm not going to cover them, I just wanted to show you how I'm going to do it. And I'm just going to go through and plant them about every 12 or 14 inches apart the whole way through. So we're going to have a whole lot more in here than what we're going to plant in here.
Yeah, there's a ton in there.
Yes, that's a nice one there.
Wow, the roots.
Yeah. Alright, so we got that done. And we didn't really, you can't even tell we took anything out of that. It's still
it's full.
It's still full. I don't know how many we planted. I wasn't counting. Probably 15 or 20 maybe at the most. So that's chore's done. That chore there was done. So next on my list, I'd like to finish cleaning this yard up, but I'd like to get the carrots in if I possibly can today before the rains come. So I got a little help today in the garden. Normally she's in the greenhouse and she's raking. Huh, interesting. So while she's raking stuff out of the bed, the chickens scattered in the beds that shouldn't be in the beds, I'm going to take the fork and go fork the beds. The bed we're working on right now is going to be lettuce, and the bed right directly beside of it's going to be carrots. And this bed isn't near as tore up as that bed is, but I'm going to start forking while she's raking. So we'll see how far we get before the rains come. It's supposed to already be raining, but it's really nice out actually. It's kind of overcast and it's muggy though. It's really, really humid. We just got both these beds ready. The carrot bed, which is this one. This is the carrot bed, and then that's the lettuce bed. I got my cedar set up for the carrots. And we put 5 rows in this bed. And we go down each end, one in the middle, and then down in between them. It won't take that long to seed this, and then I'll hopefully if the whole rain holds out long enough, I can get the lettuce put in yet this afternoon. That'd be great. Actually, it's not even afternoon yet; it's still morning. Actually, it is. It's 10 after 12. So far it's been a pretty busy Sunday. I'm gonna get the cedar out and start the seeding. And planting 5 rows is just that easy with a halfway decent cedar. They claim the Jang's better, and I'm sure it probably is. But this was $100. The Jang's probably $600 or $800. Then you got to buy a bunch of different sprockets and plates and everything else. And I probably have, with the plates and all that I got with this one, I probably spent maybe 200 at most for all those plates and the cedar itself with an extra belt. I have an extra belt with it, kickstand. So to me, I'll buy what I can afford, and it works good enough for what I use it for. I'm not planting acres and acres of fields. I'm just planting just enough for me and my wife, and sell some. I'm just going to take the stirrup hoe and go through this bed again before I put the lettuce in, just to loosen it up a little bit. It's kind of clumpy and I'm going to need to poke holes to get it in. So just going to run a stirrup hoe. It'll actually help mix in some of that fertilizer. I'll do this and run the rake through it one more time. There's no reason to mow your lawn. Do like we did, just tear it up and put gardens in and chickens.
It looks totally different with the chickens moved.
Then you can eat your lawn instead of growing grass in it. That clay's packed pretty hard still. This year I never put any compost in this garden. Normally I do. This year I never, because I didn't. One, I didn't have enough, and two, I wanted to use cover crops, which I did. And the chickens were in here, so that's why I didn't use any compost this year in this garden. But it's pretty hard packed clay up. Of course, these last two rows where the garlic is and where this lettuce is going to be, there are the two newest beds. So the rest of it's not as bad as that, but that there's pretty bad. All right, so we're going to plant the lettuce now. I got the bed ready, as you've seen most of. In this, we bought these starts. Normally I'd just start from seed, but I got a pretty good deal on these starts. So they just pull right out. Them's decent looking starts. I don't know how they'll grow, but we got 3 different kinds, but we only got 2 different kinds. There's a couple left of the other kind, but not many. But they pull out these plugs pretty easy. They just pull right out. Most of the plugs we use, we got to push them from the bottom. These here actually seem to be pretty nice. For those, I'm just going to use my fingers. Normally I use a dibbler, but that root ball is pretty small. So I'll just go through and plant about probably 5-ish rows in here, I think. That clay pack's pretty tight. And hopefully it rains on us. Hopefully the good Lord waters these. Run out of plants, so we had to do the thing we normally do. Get the cedar out.
Plants and seeds.
And that's it. So we're done in the garden today. For today. Felt some raindrops drizzle on me just a second ago, so I'm going to call it. So I'd like to go and work on the gingers and that kind of thing, and the cattle plant tunnel, but I'm not going to. We're going to, We're going to call it a day. We're going to go in. She's going to write the newsletter. I'm going to write the blog. Make sure you check it out. Links below.
Check out the online store.
Check out the online store for sure. We got shirts and soaps and other things. So check us out. Thanks to everybody for your support that supports us. So subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.